Hey, this is Sister Cherry Love saying peace and blessings to you all. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. On this wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. I know you all were like, wait a minute. Sister Cherry didn't go at 7 o'clock yesterday. She went early yesterday, but she said she was going to do a part 2 to yesterday and she didn't go. No, that's because I was a guest on a serious situation. Let me adjust this regarding abuse of women in the Hebrew Israelite camps, the One West camps. And I was a guest on Garfield's show last night from the conscious community. And to him, again, if he's watching or if he sees this, again, dear brother, thank you so much for allowing me and Sister QT to come on that night. And we look forward to continue to doing another show as we move forward on this. Amen. Yeah. So I know you like, she is 16 minutes late. She got us waiting here. Sister Cherry, you always late. I am sorry. Okay. Sister Cherry be on the phone. Sister Cherry be trying to link up stuff. Sister Cherry got to make sure she got everything prepared for you all. Amen. So that's what I try to do. I see Brother Remy up in here. God bless you, dear brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see who else? I see Sky Paint. What's up, brother? How are you? How are you? Sister Mary, welcome, welcome, welcome. God bless you both. My moderator, and I was supposed to do something and I did not do it. But I will do it during the show. Don't worry, Brother Remy. Don't chop and don't cut my head off. Charge it to my head and not to my heart. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry. It just be so much that be flying all at once. So anyhow, I don't know why this is right here. This is ridiculous. Why do I have this here? Okay, so let me get rid of that. Yeah, okay. I don't care about that. Let me move that. Okay, anyway. So yeah. I want you all to please to share the link. Hey, Freddie Mill, God bless you. Hand Cherry Love, God bless you. Welcome, brother. I love when he does that, y'all. Okay, so kisses to you, brother. So anyhow, tonight is gonna be serious. Okay. So it's almost like a bridge off from last night. In fact, it is. Sister Danielle, peace unto her. She spoke yesterday regarding the abuse that she said that she experienced, and her situation. And you know what was crazy about it? A lot of people, not just women, but men too, have experienced abuse. And it's not only one form of abuse. See, everybody, when they think abuse, they just think physical, right? And it's not just only physical. Abuse can come mental. It can come physically. It can come spiritually. It can come emotionally. It can come financially. It can come in many different ways. And it does damage. It does some serious damage to people. And that's why I understand. And I should have named this hangout, Love Thy Neighbor as Thyself. Yeah. I'm sorry. I had to freeze on that. Love thy neighbor as thyself. I think I'm going to name it that. Moving from pain to peace with a special guest. We're going to have a special guest. We were supposed to have 2 special guests tonight, but the other special guest, wasn't comfortable. And like I said, I respect all, actually we're supposed to have 3, but I respect all positions. I don't believe in forcing anybody into anything. But we will be having actually, okay, let me take that back. We were supposed to have, I believe 5, but no, 4, but one decided not to participate, and that's fine. That's fine. And it was going to be Brother Garfield from the Conscious community. And I will just take it right now. He's just not ready right now. Just not ready. Peace be unto you. So we got our first special guest here, Sister Shay. Sister Shay. Sister Shay. Sister. What's up, girl? So that's my first special guest. And should I tell them who the second special guest is, or let them keep them waiting?
I say let it simmer.
Let it simmer. Okay. Okay. So the other two special guests, or this other special guest, I'm gonna keep y'all sitting until they come on up. When that person come on up, I know a lot of people gonna be like, yeah, pick up your bottom lip. So you see the first special guest right here, our beloved Sister Shay. God bless you, sister, and welcome again. I haven't even got past all of the welcome because this has been a thorough day, you all. Sister Miss Picky, God bless you. And I see Sister QT, she's in the chat as well. So please share the link. Share the link with everybody on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever your outlet is, because I think they want to be here tonight. I really believe that they want to be here tonight. This is, and we're all family. This is the Christian community, and this person has never that's okay. This person has never ever I don't think has ever spoken to this particular outlet, if I'm correct. I can't recall. So this might be the first time that this person has interacted directly with us. And it was my very first time speaking to this person. So I'm excited, and I hope you are too. But I still ain't telling you nothing until the person pops up. Okay. Praise God. So anyhow, I'm going to allow this beautiful panel to greet you all. And since we have our guest, Sister Shay, beloved sister, come on and greet everybody with your wonderful presence. And again, dear sister, we greet you in the name of Jesus Christ. We can't wait to hear from you. So come on and greet everybody, sister.
Shalom, everybody.
She's a sister, a few words, y'all. Is there anything that you want to lay out to the people? Just, well, I guess we could get into that part. You said shalom. So, okay, cool. You good with that?
Well, just I've been paying attention to what's going on right now with the Hebrew community and the conscious community, and they're really ruining it for the sisters right now, because I'm actually out here trying to deal with sisters that are in immediate danger, and it's like it's all turned out to be some type of freak show, what I mean? So I don't want it to prevent the sisters from reaching out and telling their story because of that one bad mistake.
I got my logo with me now.
Then you ain't supposed to come in here talking like that, and I wasn't expecting you this soon. But okay, okay. So our other guest has showed up, the mighty Hebrew. So he will be, Don't y'all don't go siding on me. I see y'all in the chat. So yes, the mighty Hebrew will be speaking to you all tonight. We in the midst of greeting right now, mighty Hebrew. So don't interrupt the sister.
I don't want no more trouble from no sisters.
I'm sure you do. Okay.
I don't want no work.
Okay, Sister Shirai, did you want to finish up before we go to mighty Hebrew? Okay, I guess she does. Okay, mighty Hebrew, you are our next guest. Come on here and greet everybody for us, dear brother.
Absolutely. Shalom Bahashim Yahuwah HaKodesh Yisrael. This is the Mighty Hebrew, Tribal Minister Nasib Charlandine, Ben Ami Motazoyam, Ben Yasha Allah Senior. Everybody all over the world know me as the Mighty Hebrew. How y'all feeling today?
Oh, just fine, just fine. That was a lot that you said, but okay. I don't speak Hebrew, so I'm good.
Also, for the listener audience, I said completeness in the name of the Creator, the Holy One of Israel.
Oh, okay. I gotta learn that. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Because you know what? I've heard you say it many different times. Yeah, my Hebrew is it's really bad. So but I'm learning. I know a few words, not a whole lot of words, but I know a few words. But yeah, I've heard you say that plenty of different times, and I'll be like, what did he say? But I'll be like, okay, it's just like a constant flow. So I was like, okay, cool. I said, okay, cool. Well, Mighty Hebrew, I want to say welcome. And thank you for accepting the invitation as well. And we can't wait to hear from you. Okay. I got two more people to go through and then we're going to come back to you. Come on, Sister QT. God bless you. Come on and greet everybody, dear sister.
Well, God bless you all. You already know this is another one that I am excited for tonight. Make sure that you guys have your equipment with you because you already know we will go through some scriptures at some point. I already know. Make sure that you guys pay attention. We want to behave tonight in the chat, be respectful. And welcome to the guest, Sister Shay. Hey, sis. Mighty Hebrew. God bless you. And welcome. And yeah, I'm excited as always. So let's do this.
Amen, amen, and thank you so much, Sister QT. And Brother Brian, would you also like to greet everyone as well, and as well as our guests?
Greetings, everybody, and greetings, Mighty Hebrew and Sister Shay. But God bless everybody, and as I always say, make sure we read in context. But God bless everybody.
Amen, amen, and thank you. And again to this distinguished panel, God bless you, and welcome again to our guests and to all that who are viewing. Again, please share the link on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever is your outlet. Text it and let them know that we are on. Tonight is definitely going to be a very serious topic, and we need to go. We're going to go step by step by step. Basically, I'm handing complete control over to Mighty Hebrew, and he is also going to, he's going to open the doors, and he is going to walk us step by step through this situation. We heard one side, now we need to hear the other side. And so I am so glad that he is willing to speak with you all, as well as Sister Shay. It's not easy. It's not easy, especially when you're dealing with something that is really painful and something that actually, it just, the thought of it interrupts your day. So I'm asking all of the body of Christ, people who are well in the Lord, I'm asking you to give your ear and continue to send up prayers. Let's do this. So again, to the panel, peace be unto you, and to all those who are viewing. So I'm going to take down my head cut. Bye, y'all. And we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Mighty Hebrew.
Absolutely. Absolutely. First and foremost, I give all praise and honor to Yahweh, the supreme, intelligent, powerful one of our forefathers. Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, those striving for righteousness' sake. I say unto the family, Shalom Aleichem. Before I start the beginning of what happened to me in 1994, I want to first go into the future, dealing with my god sister, Sister Shariah, and then shoot to my past. Me and Sister Shariah, we've known each other for many, many years. This is my god sister. I toured the Hebrew Israelite side of nationalism. And as time developed, she started studying on her own. And she started dealing with a group of Israelites known as ISUBK, and she was very excited. She inboxed me, big bro, this is what I'm doing. And I always told my little sister to be careful with these brothers and sisters. And make a long story short, she wound up dealing with a former member in ISUBK, matter of fact, an officer in the ISUBK. And, for a while, they had, from what I seen, a good relationship. Time developed, because of doctoral differences. Soraya went her way. I haven't heard from my sister. I'm so happy that I'm hearing from her. I haven't heard from her in almost a whole year, And when I heard from Sister Soraya, this incident took place where she, she got like really mangled up in the house with this man. And she got away and ran inside of a neighbor's house. So now I'm contemplating, like, how do I get her out this situation? Because I'm saying to myself, like, this man can literally kick down the door and kill my little sister. And if he do that, then I'm going to kill him. And that's just the bottom line. So I wind up contacting another Israelite sister by the name of April. She goes by the name of Ahabia. And she wasn't too far. So I'm explaining the position like, yo, you got to go get my little sister. She's trapped at the next door neighbor's house. You got to get with her. So they wind up linking, making it happen, helping her to escape. And she stayed with my Hebrew Israelite sister for a few days. And my little sister wound up getting back to Canada. So as time developed, she was spreading, the word to the people, the children of Israel, like, look, this is what's going on at ISUBK, the beatings, the taking of the women's money. It's just a whole bunch of things that my little sister was putting out there. So I was getting constant inboxes like, Mighty Hebrew, that's your little sister. We want to do an interview. We want to do this. We want to do that. And I'm like, no, we can't do that. She just got out of a situation that almost cost her life. So we don't want to put her out there because this is not a show. This is somebody's life. Mm-hmm. So, sometimes my little sister can be a little hard-headed. That's what little sisters do. And she wound up going on the show with Garfield. And inside that show, before she went on the show, I had did a video because I felt as though that ISUBK could have did more, and they was very much aware of the situation, and they didn't do anything about it. Mm-hmm, so prior to that, there was certain shots that Captain Tazariak was coming at me on, and then he didn't know the dynamics of the closeness of me and my little sister. So I wind up making a video because nobody's gonna put their hands on my little sister, and I ain't gonna say nothing about it, So I made that video. So Brother Garfield wound up abstracting the video, and he made a show on the video, and he made the statement, like, how is the Mighty Hebrew going to help somebody, and wasn't he convicted of rape? So when that was said, it turned something positive into something evil. So now this case now is resurfacing, and is being told by those that had a hidden agenda to destroy me anyway. And we're going to get into that. But let me now go into the past, how I received this case, sister, into the panel. 1994, I'm 17 years old in 1994. I'm selling drugs in, I don't want to say the area in North Philadelphia. That's where I'm originally from, Philly.
No, you don't have to. Okay. You don't have to. Okay. Whatever you want to go into.
No, I was a major drug dealer. I was in a gang known as OK Corral. I was one of the major lieutenants in OK Corral, and I had a lot of crack houses. So I had a crack house in this certain area in North Philadelphia, and I was selling drugs from out of this crack house. The person that owned the house wanted more drugs. I felt as though she was playing me. So she said, you know what, nigga, I'm going to call the cops on you. Now, this person that said this was close to me. I ran out the house, leaving my money and my drugs in the house. Okay. I didn't know when she called the cops. She told the police that I had a consensual sexual relationship with a 13-year-old or her so-called 13-year-old daughter. We're getting to that later to show she wasn't 13, but she was 15. So now I don't know that I have a warrant for my arrest. So a couple of months pass. I come back into that same neighborhood. I'm on the corner selling drugs. She get a whiff that I'm on that corner. The cops come get me. This was probably around September 29th, 1994, somewhere around there. So they wind up locking me up. I go down there. They got a warrant for my arrest. Bring me them charges, baby, so I can show the audience the charges. Okay. You got them?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let me turn on my camera so the family can see the charges.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, baby. Okay, so here we have them right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
So
we can.
as y'all can see right here, so y'all know this is me. I'm landing. Excuse me, babe. Go into my hold this real quick right here, so because I want to get my ID so they can see that it's me. Okay, and show that I have nothing to hide. Okay, so now this is my identification, family. So y'all can see I'm just covering the address, but this is my identification. As y'all can see, I am Landing Louis Strange. I was born July 17th, 1976. So now when you look here, you see the same birth date, 7/17/1976. This is coming from the first judicial district of Pennsylvania court summary. This is the CP number, okay, and my arrest date, 9/29/2004. 1994.
okay. Pause right there, though.
Okay.
I wanted to pause because Garfield kept saying that the incident happened in 1997. This is the disposition date right here.
Okay.
The 1997 date that he keeps talking about, that is just the date that he went back to court. He had been incarcerated for a couple of years.
That was my sentencing date.
Yeah, but you had to go back to court.
Right.
He had already been incarcerated for years. So I was trying to tell Garfield, how can he have been arrested or committed this crime in 1997 when he was already in jail?
Right.
He fought the case.
Well, first, sister, I want to say peace be unto you. I don't want to be rude to you. Hi, welcome, and welcome again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now, as y'all can see right here, this is the arrest date, and this is the CP number. Now, over here is the charges. And as you can see, it's all under one judge, Judge William J. Mazzola. That's that's this DC number. That right there is the OTN number. Sorry for the light, family, but that's the OTM number. But let's get to the point. As you can clearly see, they found me guilty of rape. We're going to get into that in a second to give you an understanding what they mean by rape. Not rape in the sense of forcing anybody. We're going to get into that. Sister Cherry already know the truth. We done looked this stuff up. They guilty. They gave me 4 to 15 years. Involuntary deviant sexual intercourse. Guilty. They gave me 4 to 15 years. Aggravated indecent assault. Guilty. They gave me 4 to 20 years. This is very strange. Statutory rape. Guilty. They gave me 4 to 20 years. Very interesting. Why would you give me more time for statutory rape than the rape? We're going to get into that. You see, it says indecent assault. Guilty. 4 to 20 years. Unlawful restraint. Not guilty. Corrupting minor. There's her birthday right there, 8/30, 1978. Now that's very important to remember, family. I was born July 17th, 1976. She was born August 30th, 1978. Guilty. 5 years. They gave me 5 years probation for that. Recklessly endangering another person. Not guilty. False imprisonment. Not guilty. Indecent exposure. Not guilty. Now, let's get to the meat of this subject matter. Okay, I'll now turn that off now. Okay, so now let's get into the meat of what we just seen. Because I want to get y'all to understand rape. Now, if you can real fast on your phone, baby, go to the Penal Code of Pennsylvania 3121 and let's look up the statute of rape, because what was said is that I had 2 cases.
I'm gonna screen share for you. I'm a screen share.
Okay. When I didn't, it was all one case. The people that are talking about rape on social media, they are looking at it from the Webster's dictionary definition of rape versus the penal code as which defines rape in Pennsylvania. Okay, you getting it? Okay, pour that up. She's getting it now.
I'm screen sharing it right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, let me see. Oh no, yeah, I see that one, but this one is going to get in more detail.
Okay. So you want to take this down?
I mean, no, keep that. You can take it down. You can take it down. You got it?
Okay.
Okay. So she's pulling it up. So I'm going to explain it. And then from there, I'm going to show y'all the facts. So in Pennsylvania law, rape is understood in 3 ways. A forceful rape, it don't matter what age it is. And then there's a rape where a child is 13 and under who consents, but they do not have the legal or the psychological ability to consent because of their age. You there?
I'm pulling it up. It's just okay.
Do you have it?
1 second.
Is that it?
Yeah, I pulled it up on the laptop.
I know you did. But only thing we need is the child part. It should say something about the child.
I know.
Matter of you see it?
Yeah, it's a person commits the offense of rape, a felony of the first degree when the person engages in sexual intercourse with a compliant who is less than 13 years of age. Stop.
Read that one more time out loud. And Sister Cherry, I want you to show it too so everybody can see.
Okay.
Read that penal code again.
It's Penal Code 183121. It is a person commits the offense of rape, a felony of the first degree when the person engages in sexual intercourse with the compliant who is less than 13 years of age.
So basically, under the Pennsylvania code, even though the child is 13 and she consents, they still give you rape, but then they attach statutory rape. Why? Because they was trying to say she was 13 and I was 17. Now, let's deal with these charges here, shall we, that they found me not guilty of, because this is very important to understand that they're clearly saying that this was not a forced situation. We want to make this clear, okay? They found me not guilty of indecent exposure. You see the sister guy that highlighted, so it clearly goes in accordance with what I was saying with Sinetta, why they gave me rape and statutory rape. But this is the setup that the district attorney and them did, knowing that this girl was really 15 and not 13. Let's continue. Indecent exposure. They found me not guilty. How can I forcefully rape a woman, but they find me not guilty of indecent exposure? Don't I have to expose myself to proceed on to raping somebody? They had me not guilty for recklessly endangering another person. But if I forcefully rape somebody, Whitney had got a rape kit to see that there was some type of reckless endangerment of another person. They found me not guilty. They also found me not guilty of indecent assault. The reason why the judge found me not guilty of these charges is because the judge is trying to say that this was a consensual relationship with a 17-year-old and a 13-year-old, but because the 13-year-old child cannot consent legally in the United States because of psychological reasons, by the way of what neuroscientists say at the University of Pennsylvania, they're not equipped to consent. They gave me rape and statutory rape. Now, here's the problem. The problem of this whole case is that now we have the records proving the actual age of the child. The child was born August the 30th, and you can give them, baby, that so Sister Sherry can show it. Give them that where you got this from?
Oh, I got it from
give that to them so then they can go online themselves and they can see the date of the child in the summary. She was born what? August the 30th, what? 1978. I was born July 17th, 1976, thus making me 2 years older. That being so, this witness never went to court at all, period. I was completely railroaded. Completely. This girl was only 2 years younger than me. So let's give the world, let's give them what they want. Let's say if I did have sex with her, even though I didn't. Let's say if I did. My question would be, what law did I break? The charges is showing that it was consensual. We looked up the statute code. We looked up all this. So what I'm saying is, what law did I break?
Both of you were minors.
Both of us was minors. And then they saying, no, he wasn't 17, he was 18, and she was 16. Even if you say that, it's still 2 years, and I still didn't break no law.
But see, what people fail to realize is that the arrest date, the date you were arrested, you had turned 18, she had turned 16. That's where Garfield kept getting the age 18 from.
Right.
Because the day you were arrested,
I was 18.
You were 18, but that is not the date of the incident. The
Absolutely.
actual incident was April 10th of 1994.
April 16th.
No, April 16th is when they put in on it.
Yeah.
April
Okay.
10th. I pulled the records.
Absolutely.
And so that's why Garfield kept saying, oh, he was 18 and the girl was 13. No. And he also said that we cut and paste the date, that we fabricated the girl's birth date. But you guys can go and see it for yourself on the website. It's phila.gov/court/case search. And if you put him in, it'll tell you the date that they filed this. They filed it on April 16th of 1994.
April 10th. Okay. Is it?
No, they filed it April 16th of 1994.
Yes.
You weren't arrested for this until September. On that same document where it says corrupting a minor, it gives the minor's birth date.
Okay.
We did not fabricate that. It's directly from the website. Everybody can go see.
Absolutely.
So that's where, just like how the courts railroaded you, Garfield tried to railroad you too, because what I will say is I emailed Garfield all of this information and he still chose to run with the lies. That is malicious intent. I have the emails of me emailing all of this information to him. And because he was listening to my husband's ex-wife, Danielle Shanks, he didn't want to hear the actual truth. All he wanted to hear is that the mighty Hebrew is a rapist, which I don't feel is right, because we know how the system does our Black men. So why would another Black man have the actual truthful information in his email, but you're still giving the public lies? I
Mm.
don't feel like that's right.
And also, another thing that has to be expressed that was put up there was a mug shot with my charges of me registering. Now, when I first let me explain something. In 1994, there was, I forgot her first name, but her last name was, no, her first name was Megan. I forgot her last name. But like in 1994, somewhere in New Jersey, this man, this sexually violent predator, wind up getting released from a New Jersey prison and wind up kidnapping this little white girl named Megan and killed her, raped her and killed her. So New Jersey passed this law known as Megan's Law. And it was effective somewhere around November-ish, 1996. Under Pennsylvania law, nothing applies to you except when you're first locked up. Like hypothetic, let's say if third degree murder was 10 to 20. And let's say while you're locked up, they change it to 20 to 40. It doesn't apply to you. It only applies to those that come on or after the specific date of the change. So in 2005, when I got out of prison, they grandfathered me in Megan's Law, which in turn caused me to register. So as time developed and I kept fighting and fighting and fighting my case, took a lie detector test, passed that. I mean, I did all these things and to the point that the courts had to drop it down to a lower charge. I went from a level 3 to a level 1. So now when you type me up on the internet, no face of me is going to pop up. None. The mug shots that they showing you that I had to register are old mug shots. They're old mug shots. Naturally, I would have had to register because of the charges. But now, since it's dropped to a lower charge, now I don't have to register. Now, that phone call that they try to do by recording Miss Dallas, who is a government official behind her back, she's letting them know, yes, I'm in their local registry database, not on their website. Okay? There's a difference from being in there. My attorney can explain.
The thing is, there's a difference with having to register and being in their system. He is in their system because originally, when he first got out of jail, he did have to register, which is why he fought his case. Now he doesn't have to register, but he'll always be in their system because he once was. So that's what we're going through the process now, is to get it to where there's no traces of him in the system. But it's a process. People keep thinking that, oh, you put in this paper and boom, they give it right to you. No, we have to go to court for this.
Absolutely.
There's a process for this. Nobody is sitting up here giving him the benefit of the doubt for the fact that he's maintained his innocence. His story hasn't changed. Garfield says that he lied and said he got locked up on gun and drug charges. The original reason why this even happened was for guns and drugs. There is no lie there. The rape and everything was tacked on by the girl's mother. All of that was tacked on, but the original reason was behind guns and drugs. But see, Garfield is only cherry picking through the information to get the information that makes him look bad. He's not putting up the entire information. And he's also mixing up dates because he clearly cannot read court paper documents, because he's making it seem like these are a bunch of different cases and this and that, but it's not. It is very common for you to go to court and have different judges depending on if they moved your case, if there's a sit-in judge. There's a bunch of different reasons why you get different judges. And so we wanted to put it out there about the fact that, no, these are not different charges. No, he did not lie to the people. Everyone in our community, everyone in the Hebrew community, we all knew about this. Before I married this man, I already knew about this. He doesn't know about this because he's not in our community. So it's not right for him to come and try to say, well, he lied to the community. No, he didn't. You just don't know about it because you're not part of our community. The woman who he had on there, Danielle Shanks, she was exiled from our nation because this, what we call women who sleep around, we call them whores. She was exiled for her whorish acts. That's why she keeps going to out. This isn't the first time we've had to deal with this. Every 6 months, she comes up with this. Literally, I have screenshots from 6 months ago when we had to deal with this. I have screenshots from 6 months before that when we had to deal with this. So this isn't new. It's not new to us. It's new to you guys. It's new to Garfield. We know this. And every time she pops up, the Hebrews don't give her a platform because we know how she is. When she gave that story about getting beat up by 5 men, that wasn't true. Somebody did order her to get beat up, but she got beat up by a woman. And she got beat up. It was 5 women, but she got beat up for exploiting one of the leaders. She was extorting money from leaders and they got her beat up. She's not telling the full story of anything. That's why when her kids came on, they didn't have no recollection of him hitting her. They just had recollection of him yelling at her.
And say something that you brought up when he was talking about the food, don't bring the food on the table.
Yeah, when her son said about the, he doesn't bring food to the table. He doesn't bring anything to the table. What kid knows their parents' financial information?
And to say it like that.
No kid is going to say, oh, my dad doesn't bring food to the table. That's an expression. That is not a literal term. Those kids were coerced to say what they said. Because what she's not going to tell you is that even when she was with Zabat spent time with her daughter in the hospital. The Mighty Hebrew spent time with her daughter in the hospital. Everybody who knows her knows that she is known for leaving her kids and staying out for long periods of time. But see, nobody who's outside of our community knows this because we keep everything tight knit. We don't go outside of our community to handle issues because that's not what you're supposed to do. And she knows that. That's why nobody in our community gave her a platform, because we know who she is. And for them to bring up his charges, this happened 25 years ago now?
26 years, going on 26.
This man has no prior charges. He has no charges after this, nothing. He lost 15 years of his life over a lie. And he's having to relive this lie every single time she's bitter. That's not fair. This man has helped countless women get out of domestic violence situations. He's even helped men. He's talked men out of committing suicide. He does a lot for his community. She doesn't know that. Here's my thing. This woman is all the way in New York. He is all the way on the other side of the world. So how do she know what he does and doesn't do? And furthermore, why are you concerned with a man that you're no longer even with? They've been divorced for 2 years now. She makes it seem like this is new. No, you've been divorced for 2 years.
Bring up that restraining order.
Oh, even the restraining order. She got the restraining order in November of 2017. Restraining orders only last 60 to 90 days. And if you want it extended, you have to go to court. That restraining order has been expired for 2 years. And the only reason why she got the restraining order is because he didn't show up to court. If you look on the document, it says order by default, meaning that he simply just didn't show up to court to defend himself. So they granted her the restraining order. But see, she's not giving out the full information. And that is where everything got lost. That's where communication turned, because she's only giving half information, half stories. She's only telling, she's only telling the stories that make him look bad. Honestly, I don't have neither one of us have any hard feelings towards her. We just want her to stop this campaign that she has on trying to destroy the Mighty Hebrew. That's simply what we want, because it's not fair. She's taken away from the help that he does with. He don't even want to help women anymore because he keeps getting a bad name because she pops up saying stuff. That's not fair. Women deserve to be helped. Men deserve to be helped. And he can't even properly help them because of some false allegations that's hanging over his head. So that was our whole thing for coming on, because I feel like just because she lied about her situation, it doesn't mean that other women are lying. That's why in the comment section, even though Garfield deleted my comments, I was asking her for proof. Because 9 times out of 10, these victims are going to have some sort of proof, whether it's a picture, whether it's a police report, an eyewitness, or something. Every single time Danielle said that she had a witness, she always said they were over the phone. It was never somebody who actually seen this.
And also, what was puzzling is the fact that she was saying that I just lost.
Well, yeah. Another thing is she claims that she didn't know about these charges.
Yeah, that's it.
She claims that she didn't find out about these charges until the end. She was with this man a year and a half.
Right. And we got videos on Maccabees TV. Y'all can go to Maccabees TV as well as Joel Benjamin, and you will clearly see videos where Miss Danielle Shanks is clearly declaring my innocence and that she knew the whole entire case.
Yeah, she on one of the videos, she said, well, I don't care what happened in his past because that's his past, and I don't judge a man based off his past. Those are literally her words. But now that you're a scorned woman, all of a sudden you care about his past. You knew, she stated that he was coming to see her while he was on parole. So how did you not know what he was on parole for?
Absolutely.
How did you not know this information?
And you definitely contacted my parole officer, so you knew these things.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. She contacted my parole officer on purpose, not that anything was going on, but she was upset with the fact that as y'all know, I deal in polygyny. So I have more than one wife. So in that retrospect, I had to go deal with my other wife. She got mad at that situation. You know what I mean? She got mad at me courting another sister. All these things she was getting upset about. So she went to my parole officer, and told my parole officer that I'm traveling all over the country, spreading Hebrew Israelite sovereign nationalism without the permission from the parole people. But what I really want to clear up, Sister Cherry, is my daughter.
Okay. Take us to whatever door that you want to open. Take us in whatever door you want to open.
I don't want. I'm gonna let my wife deal with it, because right now I feel some type of way about what this bull said about my baby and putting accusations out there as if I did something to my baby, and that's not true. And you're about to find out the truth.
So what I want to say about that, Danielle Shanks said that he never had his kids. That's a lie. When he had his kids, him and his kid's mother, they were still together. They didn't break up until after he had went to jail for violating his parole. And the only reason why it was in violation is because he failed to give them his updated address. Right. So he violated. When he went back to jail, his kid's mother had a very hard time dealing with it. And so she went through some mental issues, which caused her to break down. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna put her personal information out there, because that's for her.
Yeah, because she's not here. So let's, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm gonna keep her out of this as much as possible. In 2012, while he was in jail, his daughter went to school with a used condom in her mouth. When she was questioned, she said that she got it from her mother's dresser. And I have the documents, which, once again, I sent Garfield these documents showing this. It literally says this in the DHS paperwork.
And it also says I was locked
and
up.
It says that the mother had 2 other kids and that the father was incarcerated. So when all of this happened, when his kids got taken, he was in jail. He was getting all of this paperwork about the case while he was locked up. None of this happened.
Now,
And Garfield,
now, sister, I do have two copies of those,
Yeah.
which your husband did provide me. If you want me to show those documents, I will show them. If you don't want me to, I won't show them.
do you,
No, what I want you to do, sister, um,
Sharon.
can you
I want her to just confirm if I'm telling the truth or if I'm telling a lie. Since she got the document, I really don't want them to be in the public.
Yeah, because we're trying to keep his kids and his kids' mother out of this.
No
And
problem.
since it names them, I would just like you to confirm to the public if what we're saying is facts or if it's lies.
I did see the both of the documents. I did originally read the documents, and it confirms exactly what has been said. What they're about to go into now. I read the original documents. A Mighty Hebrew showed it to me. Not even not a copy, but the original through video camera. So I forgot what you call that for Messenger. When you have your
Yeah.
camera down and he's moving like how I normally move when I take my icon down. That I did see the original
Right.
copies.
And you also have a copy of the original
Yeah.
copies,
So
correct?
I have a copy of
yes,
those.
he does have the copy of that.
Okay.
So we wanted to put that out there because when it came to the fact of his daughter, Garfield said, well, was his daughter sexually abused after he got out of jail? That's disrespectful on so many levels. I can't even begin to stomach it because I myself was a victim of sexual abuse. My husband was a victim. We have so many people who are victims of sexual abuse. So for him to even say that in a manner of not even caring that his kids are going to see this, his community is going to see this. When you put something out there to the public, you can't take what you say back. So you put that thought in people's head when it's not even correct. And we proved it because we just proved to you that the whole condom in the mouth, yes, it did happen, but the condom was not his and he was not even out. He wasn't a free man when this happened. His kids getting taken away was not even his fault. And to be quite honest, his kid's mother, she really just went through a hard time when he got locked back up. It happens to people. And so for him to put that out there, I feel is very wrong, especially since Danielle sent him a fabricated document that said that the condom belonged to the Mighty Hebrew. This shows malicious intent across the board. This woman is not a victim. This woman is a bitter, scorned ex-wife.
And I want to say this to y'all. Listen to the in-depthness of what she would do to destroy me. She took an original snapshot because Danielle Shanks is correct. She was going back and forth to court. Now, with me to get my children back. Let me explain to the family. When I got out of jail in 2005, I wound up meeting my children's mother, okay? And when I met her, we wound up having children together. This is why I'm on parole. So when I got locked back up in 2010 for failing to register, 2012, there was a change of the law from Megan's Law to Adam Walsh. So when they changed that law, certain parole supervisions changed. So when I came home from prison, knowing in my mind that, they got my children, I was constantly interacting with the courts while I was locked up, letting them know I'm on my way home. I'm coming to get my children. When the courts heard of my past, they said, listen, you have to get approval from your parole agent or the parole people so you can get your kids, so we can release the children to you. I wind up doing that. Then they turn around and say, well, you got to do this program called TAP and the lie detector test. I wind up doing that 6-week program, passed it, took the lie detector test, passed it. They kept giving me the runaround. The point until, everything is okay now. But the point that I'm saying to the family, when I was married to Danielle Shanks, she was going back and forth with me from time to time to court. Okay. So I had the paperwork. So behind my back, she got mad at my baby, my children's mother, took a snapshot of that document that she's showing and try to post it like, this is what you do to your kids. So she took that document, that snapshot, and fabricated that snapshot as if it was me and gave that to Garfield. Ask her, here, give me that thing real quick. I'm gonna show the family. This is what, give me that. Yeah, give me this. This is what y'all ask her. You want to show documents, Danielle Shanks. Okay. This is how you prove if somebody's telling the truth or if they're lying or not. Okay. So if you look carefully right here, here is, I really don't want to show that part, but let me just erase that part somewhat. This is the actual numbers, everything. This is the petition goal, changing for the permanent legal custody, dealing with my case to get the children, as you can clearly see, because this is not hurting nobody. This is the actual documented facts, okay, pertaining to my children. This is my children's names right here. These are my babies, man. Now, for this man to run with that, and basically, because we have the snapshots where this man is saying, I molest my daughter.
We do. I did screenshot it.
How could you say that?
And he don't even know the facts.
And he don't know me. And he don't know the facts. Them women that came on that show made it bad for other women. This is why we cleaning this up, because all women, I watched my mother at the age of 8 years old get raped in my face. I was sexually molested from a young age, 6 years old, 7 years old to 11 years old. And this is documented. Women's Christian Alliance, which was a foster care agency, know that that woman was molesting me, burnt my penis with a hot curler iron, was drowning me in the water. This is documented facts that you can go right now to Women's Christian Alliance. Why me being a survivor of, this, go out and do some old crazy madness? I am here to tell you that you see it clear as day, Sister Cherry, that Cherry Love, that them documents were fabricated. Because if she had the true documents, she would be able to give you the numbers of the documents. She'll be able to give you the names of the people, everybody that was involved. She'll be able to do that. And she can't do that. Just like that protection order. Why she don't give y'all the dates? Why? Because she's on this crusade mission to destroy me. I have proven time after time after time, and I'm tired. My children are in the other room right now. They don't need to hear this. They don't need to hear. My other daughter asked me, my daughter Shemaya asked me, are you okay, Abba? For the past 3 days, my face has been like, are you serious? Am I sitting up here fighting to prove to the people I ain't do nothing to my child? I did something good for my little sister and it turned so horrible. This is a nightmare. And I'm just tired of it. It's to the point I announced it to the Hebrew community, like, I don't even want to deal with any sister in Israel to help them. Because I'm afraid if I help a sister, it's going to turn around and I'm going to be criminalized.
Oh, God.
They criminalize me for nothing.
And mind you, this crime, supposedly, this alleged crime happened when he was 17. This man is 42 years old right now. He did 15 years in prison. Hypothetically speaking, I'm going to entertain Danielle. Let's say that he did do the crime. Don't you think he paid for it? Don't you think he turned his life around? Don't you think he's helped enough people? What more does anybody want from him? That's my question. What do they want from him? What does Garfield want from him? Why are you participating in tearing down another Black man? and you're supposed to be part of the conscious community. That's wrong on so many levels. And after this, I wish people would just leave my husband alone. Let him live his life. Danielle keeps lying about all of these fake pages and fake this and fake that. No one is thinking about her. We get calls at 6 o'clock in the morning of people telling us to get on Facebook and look what Danielle did. Get on Facebook and look what Garfield's putting up about you. It's exhausting. This whole week, we haven't barely slept. We haven't barely ate because we've been fighting something that this man shouldn't have to keep fighting. We know Black men are constantly wrongfully convicted. And Landine Strange was wrongfully convicted. We keep showing paperwork. What else do we have to do? So I just want to say, I don't want this to look bad for the real victims out there because of this being scorned, because these other victims still need to get help. And I don't want us to take the focus off of helping these women just because somebody did something foul.
Right, absolutely.
So
and again, this focus supposed to have been on my sister Shariah, and all those daughters of Zion, and all women all over the earth, no matter if you're white, black, candy stripe. Rape and child molestation is wrong. It is evil, and it should not be happening. Domestic violence is wrong. It's evil. I do not beat on women. That's why when you listen to that interview yesterday, nobody said that I raped anyone. That I beat up anyone. I never in my life touched Danielle Shanks. Never. So I don't understand, just like even with Zabat, I was forewarned about this woman. Forewarned not to marry, but I still married her because I loved her. Everywhere we went, listen, and let's be clear, I'm a prince in the nation of Israel. I'm known all over the world. I'm the founder of Hebrew Israelite sovereign nationalism, Hebrew anthropogenesis, Hebrew cosmogenesis. I'm the co-founder of the Mighty Hebrew University, the Mighty Hebrew Israelite Sovereign Daughters of Zion Rising, the Mighty Hebrew Israelite Sovereign Nationalistic Research Team, and on and on. I don't write books. I don't write for the African Worldview, the Philadelphia Tribune, the Jerusalem Chronicle. I am known worldwide as a man of renown and a man of respect and a man of honor. I do not know why this man just openly just said, well, why would he do that if he was convicted of rape? If that wouldn't have never been said, we wouldn't even be here right now. I agree. We wouldn't even be here. So I'm tired. I'm tired. I have children. I'm about to hang out with my children within the next 10 minutes or so. I just wanted to get my side, and we'll continue listening, but we have family day tonight. So, I mean, I don't know. You even, Sister Cherry, you even seen one of my daughters, Sister Cherry.
Yes.
And you seen my son.
Yes, and he's handsome. He's a handsome little guy.
But they claim I can't be around kids, but I got my kids here. This is why I'm saying this has made me sick to the stomach. I don't even want to talk about this no more. My daughter, my baby girl. Y'all turned me into a fucking monster.
Okay, no cussing, honey. No cussing.
Like, come on. Like, y'all serious? I help somebody. I help somebody, and y'all, come on. Y'all made me into a monster or something like that. That's wrong. He should have been a man. If he had a personal problem with me, he should have just tagged me as a man and talked to me as a man. You don't say I did something like that or put it out there about my baby. Now you got people questioning me about my baby, man. I don't want to talk anymore, man. I'm done.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, good Lord. Jesus.
I feel like fighting somebody. I hate when a man cries. I cannot. I
I,
cannot
I,
do
I,
You know
it.
what it is?
I,
It's the fact that he has, I don't think people really understand how this has affected him. And that's what I want people to understand is that this man lost everything over a crime that he didn't commit. He lost his kids, he lost his wife, he lost his play, he lost everything. And it's like he can't get a break no matter how much good he does. And that's hurtful. It really is hurtful. And
I
it's
believe
like,
it.
you know,
I definitely believe it. And here's the thing. Um, you know, abuse is taking place on both sides, not just with women. Men
exactly.
experience abuse as well. See, I know a lot of people out there, they, they hear, they have heard me, and I'm rough around the edges, of course. And I feel his pain. I feel his pain. I not only sympathize and empathize with him, but I feel his pain as well as the sisters, that especially that I have counseled, that have been abused from Shariah on down. Shariah is my newest. She's my newest counselee that I have been counseling on that. So I understand those tears that he is shedding right now, and I know a lot of people like, you know what, I can't handle this moment because this is real. This is sensitive. I don't want to deal with this. This is too much truth. But you know what? The truth is in your face. So deal with
Exactly.
it. Deal with it. You deal with everything else in life. Hold on, sis. You deal with everything else in life. But when it comes down to actually dealing with the nitty gritty core truth, now you want to run. Now you want to cut things. Now you want to back off. No, I'm not going to back off because this is real. Y'all done heard Sister Mary shed tears. You heard Shariah shed tears. You heard Ange shed tears. You heard plenty of other testimonies shed tears. It's no different with a man.
Mm-hmm.
These are real tears. These are real feelings. These are real lives. And a lot of people do not take accountability and responsibility for the things that you do.
I agree, yeah.
So it's in your face. And if you want to run, get off my platform now. If you want to run, get off my chat right now because it's in your face and I'm not going to stop. I'm advocating not only for the women who have been abused, but I'm advocating for the men that has been abused. It's in your face. Deal with it. Stop pretending like this isn't happening. Put on your big girl panties and put on your big boy boxes and deal with it.
She did that.
You can dish it out, but you can't take it back.
Out there. She got my business out there, man.
Here we go.
Fucking business.
Here we go.
Yeah.
When you hurt someone, this is why even in the Old Testament and the New Testament, it says to love thy neighbor as thyself. Treat others like how you want to be treated.
The lowest blow you could ever get.
So what do you think this is doing to a family? When you get out there and you lie, or you get out there and you hurt someone, or you get out there and do the things that you do, this is why God tells us to stay away from sin. Because sin has consequences behind it. People get hurt. I love you, family. I love you enough to bring the truth to you. I don't want your money. I'm not even monetized. I don't want no fame. I don't want no glory. I want the truth to be in your face. Because enough lies has been spread. And everybody done got comfortable with the lie. But now, Sister Cherry on her platform just threw everybody on a bed of nails. Whether you Hebrew Israelite or whether you Christian, it's a bed of nails and it hurts. It hurts. So welcome to the real truth. If you can't handle it, turn your face like you always have.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
Or stand up.
Right.
Or stand up and deal with it.
And also playing to it. She
This is facts. This is facts. And you know, uh Mighty Hebrew, I know you've been thanked by Sister Shariah, but I want to thank you for pulling her out of that situation. And I want to tell you, if you are advocating, which I believe that you are, if you are advocating for other women and even men who have been abused, especially in the One West camps, don't stop. Don't stop. We may not agree in doctrine, okay? But we ain't talking about doctrine tonight. Doctrine has been set aside. And the only thing right now that is standing up, the universal law, which you and I can definitely attest to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, mind, and soul, and to love thy neighbor as thyself. That's what's hanging on here. And on those two laws hang all the laws in the prophet. That's one thing we can definitely agree on. He's bounded by it, and I'm bounded by it. The Hebrew Israelite community, you got to be bounded by it. And the Christian community, the body of Christ, you know you bounded by it. So don't pretend.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know this is facts. And here's what I want to ask you. I'm going to go here. And Sister Shariah, if you want to speak, sister, you can. Let me ask you. Because I will even attest, even on the Christian side. We're not perfect. We have our woes. We have our skeletons in the closet as well. Abuse has taken place on our side. So let me ask you, Mighty, and sister, I didn't catch your name. Um, but let me ask you, on the Hebrew Israelite side, is it abuse being taking place amongst the One West camps, brother and sister? Is it happening?
We have got a lot of reports of abuse from the One West camps. Yeah.
not all
Yeah,
One West camp.
not all of them. We do want to say that. What I do want to put out there is because a lot of people think that, all the camps are abusing and this and that. It's actually not. The main camp that we know of is ISUPK and IUIC and GMS. And what I want to say is they openly admit that they're not part of the other Hebrew Israelite nation. They don't even recognize us. Those are isolated camps who have their own doctrine. They don't believe in the same stuff we believe in, but yes, we have heard of countless abuse from those camps. Yes.
And so have I. Not just me, Sister QT, all
Yes,
of us.
I have.
We have heard of the abuse. So it's equal. It's
Hmm.
equal. And everybody's getting slammed.
Yep.
So it's like I did tell on the platform last night. I say it's a damn if you do and damn if you don't. If you do tell the truth, you still damn.
Why y'all making sure my floor?
If you do tell the truth, you are damned. If you
Hmm.
don't tell the truth or don't say nothing at all, then you still damned. So what do you want? What do
Exactly.
you want? Should the person suffer in silence and not say anything? Or should they make awareness and tell everybody so nobody else will be further hurt? It's your choice.
Mhm.
I'm asking you all.
It's
Hey,
it's
I'm
sis.
asking.
important. It's important to expose it and put it out there so the people can decide what to believe,
I
right?
agree. Sister, I don't mean to cut you off, but we actually have to go get ready to get our daughter from gym.
No
Um,
problem.
so
No.
I do apologize, but we're definitely open to coming back on your platform in the future.
Yes, because
And
some people wanted
sister,
to ask you all some questions, and I told him once he was done that if he felt like it, or if you all felt like it, that you know, if you were willing to answer some questions to the audience. But I know that things got really kind of, you know, sensitive at this moment, so I'm respecting that, and I'm not going to push it no further. To you,
yeah, we'll definitely be open to coming back on at a different time, and we can answer any question because, like I said, my husband doesn't have anything to hide. So we'll be open for any questions. Sherry, I'll get with you, and we can decide when we can do this next.
okay, you have my number, and I want to let you all know I'm praying for you and your family. And I say peace and blessings to you, and I want to thank you so much for speaking to the audience as well. And we're going to continue on with Sister Shariah if she's willing to speak any further. And I love you both. I
I
love
love
you.
you too,
Well,
Sherry.
God
Love you,
bless you.
Shariah, and you guys have a blessed day.
You
And
too.
God
Y'all
bless
Yes,
stay
you as
sis.
strong.
well.
I love you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Sister Shariah,
Yes,
um,
sister.
what say you, sister, after what you have heard and also in what you have experienced regarding the ISUPK? Because I said I wanted you to also to speak to them. I know you have been fighting hard. I've been fighting with you, and you've been receiving a lot of pushback, even threats, even weird things along me fighting alongside of you. I've seen some weird things as well. I had literally told you and even Sister QT a couple of nights ago, some gentleman came to my door claiming that he was an exterminator at 10 o'clock at night. We didn't order no exterminator. We don't have no bugs. We don't have no mice. We don't have no rats. We don't have no rodents, period. So why would we need an exterminator? I found that kind of odd. I don't know if that was to find out where I stayed at. I'm not sure. But Sister Cherry gonna continue to do what God called her to do. So I'm gonna shut up right now. I'm just gonna let you have the flow, sis. What say you on this?
Pardon me, sis.
I said, what say you on this situation of what you heard, and even on your own situation, my sister?
Repeat your question, sis.
I said, what say you, even on your own situation and all that you have heard?
I don't really have too much to say about the situation. I'm just glad that the sisters see what I'm doing, and they can reach out now, and I can provide for them safe homes to go to, so they don't need to be afraid or anything like that. They just need to get in contact with me, and I'll set something up for them. I know people in all 50 states. We could get it popping, and they don't have to go through this abuse anymore. Um, I really don't have much to say about it. The information's out there. These people are not real. They're infiltrators. They work for the government. They're not our brothers. It's all about money, power,
Yeah, yeah. Um, that's the three major things. Was it sex, silence, and submission,
that too,
and,
right?
and the money.
But
That keep coming up. So
I
yeah,
just want to make it clear, though, I'm still an Israelite, and I still follow the law, statutes, and commandments, and they didn't break me in that sense or anything like that. So I'm still here with that, and that's it. Just reach out. You know what I mean? If you're in a dangerous predicament, please reach out. Um, don't be afraid to reach out.
amen.
And
Thank
speak out, and speak out, tell your story, and I can hook you up with that. You come on and you tell your story, let the world know, so these men are held accountable. Otherwise this is going to continue to happen. If I'm the only one speaking out about it, why would anybody believe me that it's happening in the school in these camps? Nobody's just going to believe one person, right?
Yeah,
It
that
has to
well,
be.
I mean, you know what? Well, one person can is not to say that they can't tear down a wall, but I get what you're saying that more people need to also contribute to step up and
Right.
actually to help stop the abuse. Suffering in silence is not the way, because you're leaving room for them to do this to somebody else. Sis, I think about it, and I think about it. How many other the ISUPK has been rolling on for, I guess, as long as the original school, let's say 50, almost 50 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many countless of other men and women who have experienced abuse from this particular camp, and even of some of the other camps, if they would have spoke out way before this even got to you, this could have prevented this from happening to you. See what I'm saying? So the cycle has to stop somewhere. As long as you remain silent, then it's going to continue. You see what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, Haitian QT? It will continue.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, the goal is to stop it. I don't care what your belief is. I don't want to see no one. No one has a right to put their hands on another person. No one has a right to verbally abuse another person. No one has the right to mentally abuse another person, and so on. Abuse comes in many different forms. So again, when does the cycle end? That power is left to us. It's left with us. And I don't get it, sis. I don't understand why people won't use that power to stop it. That's the number one question. When are y'all willing to stand up and to say, you know what? Enough is enough. Don't put your hands on that sister. Don't put your hands on that brother. Don't talk to that sister like that. Don't talk to that brother like that. Don't take something that isn't yours. These I mean, the moral losses, when we're talking about thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, thou shalt honor thy mother and father, for your days shall be longer, and etc. These are the characteristics of God. And how you treat one another, what you do to that person, you doing unto God. And for the men, the husbands, you're supposed to love your wife as she's your own body, for she is the flesh of your flesh and the bone of your bone. Would you beat yourself? Same thing goes for the wives, the women. Why are you beating yourself? Think about it. Treat people as you want to be treated. That love thy neighbor as thyself is very powerful. And a lot of people overlook it. Because you want somebody to give you respect, but then you turn around and you disrespect somebody else. That's wrong. And to Danielle yesterday, who spoke, my heart still goes out to her. And whatever she's dealing with. My heart goes out to Mighty Hebrew. as well. I don't hate these people. My heart goes out to Sister Shariah. I'm willing to help anyone that needs help. And I will pray that you will do the same for me. We are each other's neighbors. We all living on this earth, whether you like it or not. And my thing is, and I asked the question last night, and I'm going to ask it again here on this panel. Sister QT, you could bring down your mic. It's just you and I right now. So my question will be, when do awareness come? When the next sister dies or the next brother dies from domestic violence, abuse, or whatever the abuse is? Should I get my black dress? I got about 10 or 12 black dresses. My husband got about 12 black suits. So is that when we bring awareness, when it's time for us to put on our black dress and our black suit, the black suits, and throw the flowers on the casket? That's when y'all gonna get it then?
That's when, to me, it seems like, because we have to take into consideration that we only heard one side, and now that we've heard the other side, um, you have to look at, the full story and the full picture. And in a way, what we're seeing is, in a way, I got to be honest, it's an emotional abuse. Um, on Mighty Hebrew side, um, as far as what his convictions and things that happened to him is, that's tragic what he's been through. But at the same time, abuse is wrong. Whether it be mental, physical, emotional, financial, child abuse, every abuse, the word abuse is wrong.
Correct.
And when we look at these types of situations, we have to look at it with a fine eye, and in our case, a righteous eye. Because the thing about it is, this isn't just about some people telling a story. These are families, y'all. These are families. These are people that are real life people, real families that have real communities that they're in, and have real, you know, things that they're a part of, whether it be a religious community, in their case, in the Hebrew Israelite community, or whether it be in their neighborhood or wherever, they are part of communities that will see them and take into consideration whether it be women who are being abused, it's wrong. Whether it be men who are being abused, it's wrong. And either way, um, I wow, I don't even.
I don't, you know what, sis? I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know what's worse. I don't know. I know the abuse is wrong, but when the victim or the person who has been hurt
Mhm.
steps out to actually to reach out to a person like Garfield, or to reach out to a person like myself, or to reach out to you, or any platform or wherever they go out to speak. I don't know what's worse. Is it the abuser or the people that literally victimize the victim and say you shouldn't have said nothing in the first place? Which one is
Well,
worse?
I'm gonna say both, because the thing about it is, the abuser, excuse me, the abusee, the person that's the victim, is experiencing the abuse, but the person that's listening with that critical ear also is in a tight position of having to govern themselves and hear the situation on and to kind of just say it, they have to be in a clear head to understand, because they can be traumatized as well just from hearing it. The sad part about it is a lot of times, like for example, I'm gonna just say it, this is just my own commentary and my own experience in this situation. Personally, um, in a situation like how things happened yesterday on Garfield's channel, and this is just me. This doesn't have anything to do with Sister Cherry Love, y'all. This is my opinion. Okay. I feel that I feel that a lot of the mess that happened, well, the story that was happened wasn't um I don't even know how to say it. It's
It
to
was
me
a lot of anger. And I'm gonna say
it was
this: Garfield allowed the sister to get it out. Okay, whatever was on her chest, he allowed her to get it out. And a lot of people, and I know how that, because it's almost like a, oh, I let that go. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And he allowed that, and a lot of other platforms, they don't allow that. So
right,
I commend him for that. And I too allow people to just get it out. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
So I feel him on that. What was getting me, sis,
Hmm.
was the people that was in the chat,
Right,
flaming the fire, flaming it.
right,
You already see that these three sisters, they upset, okay?
hmm,
And even with Mighty Hebrew, he is upset. So both
right,
sides have been hit hard. Both sides are
right,
hurting. Both sides
right,
need healing. So when you do that and antagonize them, yes, you will get emotion. Yes, you will get rage and anger. Yeah, and they not wrong. I'm
no,
not condemning neither side. And yes, you will even get tears. I am not condemning either side here.
no. And
I'm
same
not
thing with
condemning,
me.
and I'm not condemning Garfield. I'm not condemning him. I
No,
won't.
and here's the deal. I'm not condemning either side or Garfield. The part that made me say wow was the fact of how callous the chat was. It was so blatantly disrespectful. Where, like I told you, Sister Cherry, myself, me, because I have a story too. I was a victim of abuse myself when I was very young. And in my young age, I was about 19 or 20 years old. When my abuse happened, it wasn't easy for me to come out and tell my story. It wasn't easy for me to put my guard down, to trust people to even go there. And the fact of that, these people, both Mighty Hebrew and the sister Danielle, that they were bold enough to say, okay, you know what? Let me tell my story. That was powerful,
That takes a
because
lot of guts.
it
That takes
takes
a
a
lot of guts.
lot of guts. And the thing is, they're not just talking to a couple of people on the phone. They're talking to thousands, and in some cases millions of people once the video circulates. So take into consideration that how horrible that chat was. And I will say this, how horrible the moderators were in that chat was horrible. They were mean, they were derogatory, they were evil to these people, and they didn't care to listen and hear them out. Now, yes, we understand there's two sides of the story. Nobody's taking anything away from that. But the thing about it is the fact of that, how disrespectful are they for them re-victimizing the victim?
Mm.
And like I told you, Sister Cherry, if those sisters were to go back and watch that video, and this doesn't have anything to do with Brother Garfield. Garfield did what he was supposed to do. He gave them the platform to get it out. And I commend him for that. But what is upsetting is the fact that when they go back and watch this and they look at that chat, that was callous, that was evil, that was cold hearted. There was no compassion, there was no empathy. It was straight disrespect, yo. That's straight up. And the thing about it is, that'll tell you that there are people out there that genuinely do not want to hear truth. If it's to the point where it's a laughing matter or it's something that's good TV drama, they'll tune into it, but they don't want to hear the truth when it gets to a real life situation. Why? Because their heart is cold.
Mm. Mm.
And the scary part about it is, what if it was to be, for a perfect example, someone is getting abused right next door to you. And I'm posing this question to anybody that was evil in that chat. What if your neighbor was being abused and came running to your door and knocking on the door for help? Would you turn off the lights and pretend like you weren't home? Or would you open the door just to hear the tea and then turn them over? Or would you go ahead and help them to get to proper safety? And I pose the same question to anybody else that has that same type of mindset. This is bigger than you just saying, okay, this happened to somebody and okay, it just happened, so it is what it is. No, it's more to it than that.
Or we need to throw this in here.
Mm-hmm.
Or if a person has been accused of something that they didn't do, and
Right.
you know the truth, do you just remain quiet?
Right.
Or do you say something?
Because here's the deal. This brother came on this platform and put his whole, he put his business out there. He put his kids out there. He put himself out there. He put his wife out there. He put himself out there and said, you know what? Here, you want to see it? Here. You want to see the drawers hanging in the window? Here, pull the curtain. He did that. He did that. You have to give him that. Now, I don't care what anybody else outside of that may feel. This man wanted to clear his name, and he had every right to do that, because yesterday that woman got a chance to vent what she was going through, and she had every right to do that. She was abused. And in a way, he was too. So we have to take it on both sides. You can't take one side and then let that rock and ride and not let the other side rock and ride too. That's not fair, yo. That's not fair. That's not fair. When it comes to something that's something this serious, again, these people have families. That woman has children. Sister Danielle has children. She's a mother. Mighty Hebrew has children. He's a father. And they are both people in their own personal communities that has to go outside and live. They have to be able to go outside, to go to the grocery store, to go to their kids' events. And if they just so happen, one of these people that's in those audiences was to listen to that and run with it, that's not fair for you not to give them a chance to voice what they went through. That's not fair, y'all. And it's not fair for you just to look at one side and not look at the other. That's not even being righteous, y'all. How are you going to be able to righteously understand the truth in the matter unless you look at the whole picture? In order for a person to be a fair judge, for example, I'm going to give you one. When Solomon came and he was a king, there was two women that came in front of Solomon. Both of those women said, one woman said, my baby died. No, a baby died. And this woman is trying to take mine as her own. The other woman said, that woman is tripping. I'm paraphrasing. Yes, I am. But you know the story. I know you heard it in Sunday school when you was a kid. And I'm pretty sure all of us that's in here are Christian have read the story over and over again. When Solomon was listening to that case, he didn't just hear the one mother's side, nor did he just hear just the other woman's side. He heard both sides. And at the same time, in listening to both sides, he gave righteous judgment. That's fair. Because he heard both sides. And what tipped the balance was what he did to test the situation.
Mm.
Okay, take the baby, cut it in half. The real mother stood up. Okay, you know what? It's cool. Let her have the baby. No, it's her baby. Let her have it. It's her baby. Why did she do that? Because she's a mother protecting her child. Look at this same situation. One woman said that she's going through something. She went through something. Not taking anything away from her. She genuinely probably did go through something. We were not there, but we can only take her word for it. Mighty Hebrew came on this platform, gave his side of the story. We were not there, but we heard the story. Now, here's what tips the balance for me. Now, that's just me. Sister Cherry may feel differently, but this is me. What tipped the balance for me was the fact of that Mighty Hebrew said, here's the documents, yo. Here's the raw, uncut paperwork. As a matter of fact, he was so dope. He even gave you the court number so you can go back and research it for yourself. That's legit. And you have to look at it with a righteous eye. We can't look at it with the eye of just going off. You can't get on here just taking it and running with things that you don't understand the full story. You cannot make a righteous judgment on a situation without looking at the full story. That's a fact, yo. So anybody who has listened to this and may feel some type of way, go back and listen to this and look at the facts. And then compare those facts with what was been told. Again, I'm not knocking Miss Danielle because I know she went through something. Otherwise, she wouldn't even have said anything. But do I believe that Mighty Hebrew also went through some things too? Clearly, he showed it. So let's be real. You're looking at I used to work at a photo studio, so I'm going to talk to you in Photo Lab Talk. You got a 30 by 40 picture sitting right in front of you. When you order a 30 by 40, sis, I'm going to pose a question to you. If you were to order a 30 by 40 from me, scratch that. You were going to get a 20 by 24 picture from me, right? But I only gave you an 8 by 10. But you ordered a 20 by 24. Would you be satisfied?
No.
You want the full picture, right?
Correct.
So why in the world would somebody that's going to come in say, okay, I want to know the full story, but only give me half? That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense, yo. You have to listen to the whole story to have a full understanding of what's going on. And at the same time, don't get me wrong. There are serious incidents that speak for itself. Sister Shay has a picture on her Facebook right now of a young lady.
Show it.
Just a second. Let me pull up my computer again. Hold on. Let me say this, Wacky World TV. The reason why it's called listening with both ears. See, the thing about it is I don't discredit nobody. At the end of the day, I look at the evidence on both sides. And I'm not taking anything from any of them. Do I believe Miss Danielle? Yes. Do I believe Mighty Hebrew? Yes. But I know that there's a fine line in between the situation. And there's also situations that happen that probably didn't even come out. On both ends. Why? Because these people have families, yo. They have families. Now, whether or not you care, that's on you. But I'm going to tell you right now, me, I don't look at things with an unrighteous eye. I look at things on a full eye because I look at a 20 by 24. I don't give somebody an 8 by 10 when they order a 20 by 24. I'm a real one. And the thing about it is, I don't condone nobody that's abused. And I don't condone nobody that's been the abuser. I look at the picture. At the same time, my mind is automatically going to go to the one that's been abused, the victim. Why? Because I was a victim. But if you look at the whole picture, both of them was being victimized. Period. Mighty Hebrew got victimized by the system. And because of that, now he's looked at in a certain way. That's facts, yo. When you look at this young lady, Miss Danielle, she went through what she went through. Regardless if she was going all in, or if what Mighty Hebrew said was real, she just put a little bit of fluff in it. I don't know, because again, I was not there. And neither were you. Wacky world of TV. You weren't there. So at the end of the day, when you're looking at the whole picture, you have to look at the whole picture. Not just an 8x10. Grow up. And pay attention with both eyes. I'll tell you like I tell my 4-year-old son. Look at it and listen with both ears. Because you trying to be biased is not fair. Again, yes, there was a victim situation, but take into consideration that this woman was also going off of what she also seen from the paperwork that Mighty Hebrew just put out there. So how are you going to sit there and only take one half of the situation and run with it? That's not fair, yo. This woman had a right to speak her mind and say what happened to her. And that's legit, because what happened to her was real. But at the same time, you also got to look at the other side of the spectrum, because maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe if it was to the point where there was some paperwork that was thrown off. Maybe it was to the point where she didn't get the full understanding of what was going on, what was being said, what was being done in the court situation. She don't know. And we don't either. All we can do is look at both sides of the story and make a righteous judgment. Now, that's me. I'm a totally different person. Sister Cherry don't have my mind. Sister Cherry's not my mother. She can't tell me, QT, you need to think this way. My own mother can't tell me how to think. I'm a grown woman. At the end of the day, I'm going to go off of what I feel. And I don't feel like neither one of them are lying. But I feel like there was a little bit of miscommunication and misunderstanding in between. And because of that, it blew up into a situation where we're looking at now. Now, whether or not there was abuse in the house, I don't know, because I'm not in these people's bed. And neither are you. But in order for you to make a righteous situation and look at the righteous situation, again, you got to look at it on both ends. And I yield the floor.
Hey, peace, ladies. Sorry for being so late, but how y'all doing? Sister QT and Sister Cherry
Love. Welcome, welcome.
Love. I was listening for a little bit, and I went out, and then I came back in. I was trying to listen what you guys were talking about before. I'm glad I didn't come on when they came on, because it wouldn't have been as quiet and peaceful as it was. I think whenever someone is accused of something, it's hard to look on something from your perspective when you haven't gone through what the person went through. So I think in that perspective, I may have probably looked at it from a different perspective. I think that one of the main problems that no one will talk about, because this has nothing to do with belief or anything, is the fact that really and truly, it's really none of our business if Mighty Hebrew was locked up. It really isn't. It really is none of our business. What is our business, though, is the fact that if someone is coming to the community and they're saying something, we hope that they're telling the truth. And one of the issues I have is that I don't think everything that happens to someone they need to run around and say, hey, this happened and that. And then what happened is they put themselves in a situation that if we go back and fact check them and they're wrong, then everything that they told us from before, whether it's true or not, comes into question. And I think my brother Mighty Hebrew has fell victim to that in many, many ways. I'm not going to get into that tonight, but I just want to make it clear to Mighty Hebrew or anybody listening, I don't have anything personal against you. I think you telling us information and then we finding out it's not what you say it is, that pissed off a lot of people in the community. You know, in 2016, Mighty Hebrew did a great thing. You know, he came to the community and he said, hey, listen, I was arrested for drugs and guns, right? When we look at the record, there's no guns and drugs on the record. So we never came to him and said, why you got arrested? What happened? He volunteered that information. And that's where everything went wrong with Mighty Hebrew, and everybody stopped believing anything that he said. So it's not the fact that he was arrested and he did time or anybody cares, or because really and truly, if you get arrested and you're ashamed, you know, there's nothing wrong with being ashamed for being arrested. But when you come to the community as a Hebrew and the first thing out your mouth is a lie, then your people in your community starts questioning it, because we in the conscious community never cared about or knew about Mighty Hebrew. I mean, he doesn't make a difference to any of us. But we had something called back chats. LaRon Campbell was there, Michael Edwards was there, Wayne Barnes, you know, and a lot of us, Kansu, and a lot of us was in the back chats, and the Hebrews were the one came to us and said, hey, do you know that this guy is? And that's when everybody started attacking Mighty Hebrew. So I don't have anything personal. It just so happens that the team that I was a part of attacked him at the time. I wasn't attacking him because I never really had a problem
No,
with
we're
him.
not
Although they were
condemning
attacking him.
Garfield. We're not
No. I just want to give a backdrop between me and Mighty Hebrew,
Yes,
so
sir.
people don't think it's personal that anything. Now the issue now that we have is based on the fact that he said to a friend of mine that he was exonerated. He told me he was exonerated from all these charges. Now that's a major, major claim. He never had to do that because he's doing great work in the community. He's the only Hebrew I've ever seen in my life try to unite all the crazies under one shop. I've never seen any Hebrew try to do that. So I commend him for that. That's great work. Nobody's trying to get the Hebrews in Israel, the Hebrews in Chicago, the Hebrews in New York, the Messianics and non-Messianics together. Mighty Hebrews trying to do that. That's great work. So that means his personal life has nothing to do with his great works. So when he now comes out in public and say, hey, I've been exonerated, and it's not, again, not true, you start looking at the dude funny. I'm not saying he's a bad dude, but just leave just take you out of the scenario for a minute. Take you out. You don't have to be the guy that said, I am perfect. I did time. The sister wrote this and I'm exonerated. I'm exonerated. No, we don't need to know that. You did your time, bro. Nobody's out here saying you're raping kids or you're doing what you got locked up for. You've been an outstanding citizen from what I've seen. Every time I see you, you're always trying to do something positive. You're always trying to unite people. You're always trying to do stuff that's positive for the community. There's nothing wrong with Mighty Hebrew. This is why I'm saying, if he's listening, I don't want to know your business. And neither should the community. That's like Sister Cutie used to stab like 5 dudes and did 15 years, come out, and she says, you know what? The judge wrote me a letter and said that we're gonna forgive all the time you did and we're gonna give you $1 million. You come to find out Sister Cutie's lying. She ain't had to tell us that. Sister Cutie's out there trying to help sisters and brothers who've been abused. So let's look at Sister Cutie's work, not the fact that she did 15 years in jail for stabbing 5 guys. We don't care. That's your business. That's the past. Let's move on. But if you keep bringing up the fact that you stabbed 5 guys and that the judge and then add on to embellish the story, then we got to start questioning your character now. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I gotta question your character. So now, if you're doing good work on one hand, but you just want to bring up your case and make it all about you, it doesn't do anything. All I'm saying to anybody out there, if you did time, I don't want to hear about your time. Use that experience to make you the best person in the world, to show people that why we should forget why you did that. The work that Mighty Hebrew is doing on the ground is more important than the fact of his personal feelings and his personal life, or he trying to be the first, the face of everything. His personal work of trying to unite Messianics and non-Messianics and all these different Hebrews is great, or it stands on its own. We don't need to hear about the case. We don't need to see Facebook lives, you calling out this sister and that sister did wrong, and you had a relationship with them. This is why he blocked me on Facebook, because he did a live stream. I did a live stream because his wife at the time, our ex-wife, Danielle, tagged me. I didn't even know I was friends with his wife, and started talking about him or wrote something about him. And I said, listen, I don't want your wife on my timeline. I don't think you should be on your timeline talking about your wife. That's wrong. Again, putting ourselves out front instead of what the problems in the community is. And that's just my whole take on the whole conversation. I don't have a problem with Mighty Hebrew. I've never had a problem with him. But every time you start putting yourself before the movement and it's all about you, that's where the problems is.
Can I respond to that real quick?
Of course. It's you guys' show.
I want to. I think the real reason why Mighty Hebrew did what he did, from what I understand, and I could be wrong, but this is from what I understand. The reason why he put it out transparent like that is because this young lady was saying on one end that the first gentleman, I don't even remember his name, so don't even give me the line, but the first gentleman that she was talking about that she was with, she said that he didn't abuse her. He didn't put hands on her at all. He never came at her disrespectful at all. But he was basically financially killing her. But on the second end, when she talked about Mighty Hebrew, then it was to talk about the daughter going to school with a condom in her mouth. Then it was talking about this case, this case, this case. And even you, Garfield, had pulled up the court documents about Mighty Hebrew to show what his charges were. Now, I do understand you were doing that so that people can see the whole case and what was going on. But what he was showing was what was really going on at that time. And he showed us the original documents of what his case was saying and what the disposition was, so that everyone could be able to have a full understanding of what you were showing. That part I did. That's what I got from it. And the thing about it is, I feel like the way that things was done when you were showing things, you had every right to do that, because you were not only being honest on your end as someone that is opening your platform up for these victims to be able to speak out, but also he was being someone that's saying, okay, he doesn't have the full understanding of what's going on here. Let me give you the full understanding of what's going on here so you guys have a full understanding. He wasn't doing it just to throw his business out there. I don't think that's what the case was. I'm understanding that the reason why he put it out there was mainly so that he can be able to show everyone, not only the people that saw your program yesterday, but also people that have heard about the situation that maybe she has spoken to have a full understanding of what happened. Now, I understand, like I said earlier, there's two sides to a story. So we have to look at both sides. And I think that what he was doing was trying to give a full understanding, because in his case, he was hurt on the fact of that his kids came up in the mix. She made the statement that he cannot be around his kids, and he was proving that that's not true, and he was trying to give his side of the spectrum. That's only fair. That's only fair, because maybe she didn't have a full understanding. I'm not saying that.
No, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with anything that you're saying.
I don't think that, because I know that sister didn't say anything left field or wrong. She's just coming on her perspective. You feel what I'm saying? And he's giving it on his perspective. It's just like if we both go to the same, we go to the same movie, right? We both sitting in the same movie, but the way that the message came to you in that movie might be different from the way that I saw the movie. You feel what I'm saying?
Can I
And
say
so,
something real quick? Can I say,
go ahead.
as a matter of fact, you know what? Let you finish. I want to share my screen for 1 second, if I can.
Sure.
But go ahead, finish doing what you're doing. I'm going to share my
Well,
screen
I
for a
want
second.
the reason why I said I'm gonna just say this one more last thing and then I'll be quiet. But I was saying that mainly it was the fact of that he wanted to put his court documents out there so that people can be able to see the full charges that he was put on, and then he wanted to give an explanation as to what people were seeing. It wasn't necessarily saying, okay, this I was exonerated from rape and this, that, and the third because this person accused me of rape. That wasn't the case. We see it in the documents.
You
So a
see, you
person,
saw what? You saw that he's exonerated?
what I saw was that the charges were he was guilty, but it was because when he explained it, it was because it was he was at 18 and the
Okay.
victim was underage.
You see, you
So
see, you
it was
see, you see, sis. That's why I'm glad I never came on when he was on. You see, this is the misinformation and the lies that I'm talking about. You could look at it. You could look. I don't mean to cut you off, by the way.
no, you're good,
You
you're
could
good, Tim.
look at it. You could look at a piece of paper, and I could tell you what the paper means to fit the narrative that I want you and the audience to get. But that does not make what he's saying true and right. You see, there's a narrative that he gave us when he came out. He kept saying that the court said that the girl was underage. The court paper says the girl was 16, not even 15. She was actually 16. This is why I showed Pennsylvania's law. It is a very weird law. It says that if a 17 and a 16-year-old have sex, it is okay. But once the person reaches 18, it can be statutory rape. That means if he's 18 and she's 16, it can be statutory rape. But
Right.
that's not, you know what? I'm gonna let you finish your point. I'm gonna show 4 quick slides and I'm not even gonna be long. But let's finish your point because I don't want to break it, whatever the point that you're trying to make. All right, go ahead. I'm gonna show the audience something, what he did tonight and what he continues to do. And it's not about us being picking sides. It's about something internally within him that he needs to correct as a human being. It ain't got nothing to do with Garfield picking on him. It has to do with the fact that honesty is just like grandma used to say, honesty is the best policy. And
Absolutely.
that's what I'm standing on. Whether I'm Kemetic, whether I'm conscious community, whether I'm Hebrew, whether I'm Israelite, whether I'm Christian, it doesn't matter. Honesty is the best policy. And that's all I ask for from the mighty Hebrew.
And
But go ahead
I,
to finish your point, and I'm
let
going to
me tell
show
you
4
this.
slides.
Let me tell you this, Garfield. I agree. And let me say this. I'm gonna say this because again, I wasn't there I wasn't in the courtroom when it went down, and I wasn't there when the situation happened. But from what he explained, he said that the situation and the charge when the incident happened, he was 17 years old and the young lady was 15. Whenever the charge was made, it was made once he turned 18. That would make it, or whenever he went to court, rather, or either when he went to court or when the charge happened, one of the two. And I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm going to just leave it at that. One of those two was when he turned 18. Now, when he turned 18, that was going to give him a statutory rape charge. Why? Because he's 18 and the child or the woman is still, or the female that's in the case is still underage. So because it's not just Philadelphia that's got that issue, it's across the board. If you have an 18-year-old and you have a person that's under the age of at least 16 and a half, okay, that person is going to be charged with statutory rape. That's a fact. Now, the thing is, when that person turns 16 or 16 and a half, that's only fair that the courts would see it as a statutory rape case. But then whenever they went into the case, they had to look at the evidence that was being presented. Now, he did his time for that because he had to. It was still statutory rape. But at the end of the day, it was statutory rape with the person that was willing to be intimate with him. Right?
Okay. All right.
From what he explained. Again, I'm not in these people's, I wasn't in the room. Hold on. let me say this, and I'm mute. I promise. I wasn't in the room when they did what they did, so I don't know. But only thing I'm saying is from what this gentleman said, because none of us was in the room when this charge was made. None of us in the room when this situation occurred. Only thing that we can say is what was presented. He made the statement that when the incident occurred, or was supposed to have occurred, he was 17 years old.
All right.
Whenever the charge was made.
Let me say this real quick. I don't mean to interrupt you. Let me just do this real quick and explain to you why all of that is irrelevant and it's a game that he's playing with the whole community. I'm going to explain to you why.
Go ahead.
Okay. When he forgot to tell you and your audience, you see, this is why honesty, and if you want to tell the truth, tell the whole truth. He got arrested twice in 1994. He forgot, he left out that little bit of information. Now look at the screen carefully. I'm going to share this and I'm going to blow it up so everybody could see it. Hold on. Let me make this a little bit larger. All right. Now let me move the screen over a little bit. If you look at the top left hand of the screen right here, let me move this over a little bit if I can. Hold on. Let me bring it down a little bit. Let me make this a little bit like this. Let me move it over a little bit. See if I could make this bigger. If you look can you see my cursor? Can anybody see my cursor?
Yes,
all
sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering if on Face YouTube they could see it. Damn, I don't think they could see it. You know what? Let me come out of the screen a little bit because I want to make this big. This is very extremely important. You
now,
see in the corner.
you can't talk on this channel now. You got to be censored over here.
All right. Look at this right here.
No cussing, brother. No cussing.
Oh, my bad. I cursed. My bad. All right. I apologize. I didn't mean to. Look at this right here. If you look in the corner, the arrest date is 4/16/1994, right? This is in April 16, 1994. What was he arrested for? Theft by unlawful taking, theft by receiving stolen property. Now, the judge here is Ronald B. Merriweather. This disposition was taken in the 15th of November. This case was dismissed, by the way, in November.
Right.
Now, in 9/30/94, he was arrested, arrest date for what? Rape, unlawful restraint, indecent assault. Statutory rape is the 7th charge, right? Now look at this, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to make us feel like this arrest in the April was the one for rape. This is what he's playing with you guys. The 9/30, he was born 7/17/76. So his birthday already passed before he was arrested for rape.
And he said
he was already 18. No, he said he was 17 when he was arrested. He was 17 when he was arrested for theft, not for rape. It's 2 different charges.
No, he said that he was 18 when he was arrested for rape. That's the reason why it was counted as statutory rape, because he was 18 and the person was still under 18.
All right, hold on a second. When he said that tonight, right?
That's what he said tonight, yes.
Oh, so he changed the game. All right, cool. So I made that point. All right, fine. So now, if you look at this right here, the law that I read about the statutory rape, it says that 17 and 16-year-olds can consent, but not to anyone 18 or older.
Right.
So this is why it's statutory rape, because of the girl being 16 and him being 18. Now, let's go back to one more little thing here. Hold on one second here. One more little thing. I need to bring that paper that I had up a while ago. Where is it at? Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Hold on a second here. 1, 2. What is this? 1, 2. Hold on one second here. I need to find one piece of paper here to show y'all something real quick. I need to make it clear. Hold on, let me take this out. What did I do with it? Oh, it's gone. All right, let me bring it up. Let me bring it up again. Hold on, let me find it. I think is it this one? Or is it this one? No, it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. All right, so now, Damn, I wish I had the other paper so I could show you guys the consecutive order of the charges. The charges are written in order, by the way. So the first charge is rape. They're trying to tell you that the statutory rape is the basis of the rape. If you read the laws on the books, it will explain. I actually spoke to a lawyer about this, and he explained it to me. There was on the website, you see, it's like in consecutive order. This wasn't a sentence type. And what happened is the first charge he has is rape. That's what they're charging him with. The
Right.
second charge is involuntary deviant sexual intercourse. The third charge is aggravated assault. The fourth charge is statutory rape. So him being charged for rape has nothing to do with statutory rape. Because if you look into it, if anyone who has sense, just look up involuntary deviant sexual intercourse and use your imagination. Now look at this now. He had said that the court told us that this is previous, not tonight, because he changes his arguments because he sees everybody's coming out with this information. 83078 would make the girl at the time of the arrest, because the offense date is actually the date when they said that it happened or when it was reported, right? Is 9/29/94. He's telling everybody it's 4/16/94. I don't know if he did that tonight, but that's another different charge, totally different. He got off for all these charges. Now, if I'm telling you this, is this personal by Garfield? Is this personal at all? Or is this, I'm just trying to tell you what the truth is and what he's trying to shape your mind to think, hey, I'm being railroaded because of the statutory rape when the original charge is rape. Statutory rape came later on, because if you look at the disposition date, right? Not the disposition date. Let me go back to the other form. I'm gonna show you guys something real quick here. If you look at the other form of the case, is this one? Hold on. No, this is not it right here. Oh, the filing date of when they filed the charges. So he was arrested the 29th of this September, and the charges were filed 10/19/94, and they tell you the name of the charges and go through the whole thing and tell you, see, statute. Here it goes right here. I'm sorry. Original sequence. This is it right here. Just to prove to you which one is first, which one is second. It's right here on the left-hand side. The original sequence. 1, the first charge, second charge, third charge, fourth charge. Statutory rape is the fourth charge. The first charge he had was rape. Now, whether he's innocent or guilty is not my point. He did his time. He's done with it. If he's going to be exonerated, I wish him the best. I hope he sues the hell out of the government and gets millions of dollars. I wish him the best with that. But all I want is somebody to be honest. Don't tell me you got arrested because he was this age, because he went and saw Ned and said he was 17 and she was 15. It's not true. All right? But I'm going to leave it there, and it's not personal. I'm done with this.
Wow. Okay.
Not personal. It's not personal, family. I don't have nothing against Mighty Hebrew.
No,
all
we
I'm
know
saying
it's not personal.
tell the truth. That's it. If you're going for a lawsuit to get money, you could run and say, hey, I'm going to go get some money. But don't tell people you're exonerated when you're not. And that's all I'm saying.
Wow. Wow.
Did that sound like what he said earlier? I just want to make sure, because I'm reading from the same papers that they told us to go and get.
No, he the papers that he showed me, he allowed me to see was the disposition papers for the children, and he did show me that.
I'm sorry, Cherry. One point about the children, I talked about it I mentioned it 3 times when we were on, and not one time did I say it was him, because I know his records. You see, hold on a second. I got to show y'all one more thing that he never talks about. One more thing I got to show you on his records that he points us to. Let me show y'all something real quick. When he got arrested, right? When he came out of jail, he got arrested again. And you guys need to see this, because I can't make this up. I can't make this stuff up. Hold on one second. Let me see if I could find The exact date when he was arrested, when he came out. Hold on, 1, 2, 3. Let's see here. Here we go. When he came out of jail, he was arrested on 12/2/2009. You remember they told you he went back to jail for what? Failure to comply with registration, right?
Yeah.
But check this out. He was arrested for all these things right here. They were dismissed because of for whatever reason. But this is the reason he was arrested for. He was arrested for robbery, criminal conspiracy engaging, robbery inflicting serious bodily harm, theft by unlaw, taking movable property, receiving stolen property, simple assault, reckless endangering another person. Now, bear in mind, they were all dismissed. Let me just say that carefully right now. For whatever reason, whether the lawyer filed some paperwork, the witness didn't show up, whatever. This is the reason why he was arrested originally on that date. If you move to the other side now, the same date of the arrest, 12/2/2009, right? 12/2/2009. You see, same thing. All these things he was arrested for, and this also came along with it. These are the things that stuck because of what they said as far as when he was on Sonetta, he explained this, that he didn't give them the address. So that was true. When he said that, that was true on Sonetta, that he didn't give them the proper address. That's why they held him in contempt. So this part, he could have been railroaded, I believe, on this part, and he had to do more time for whatever reason. All right, but I just want to make it clear, he was also arrested for all these other things also, just for the record.
Wow.
Not personal, just putting out the facts.
This is
Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit more confused.
wow. Well, I'll tell you this. I'll say this much. A lot of these people out here need a lot of repair. And I know we can't repair everybody, Brother Garfield. All we want to do is just try to help, you know.
Hey, tell him stop talking about his case. Stop, leave it alone. It's not helpful. We love you. You're our brother. And we know in America, we've been here for years and we've been victims of racism. We've been victims of a society that has misled us. We've been victim of a society that is very sexual in nature. I remember growing up in Jamaica, you couldn't even see a woman's foot on TV. Everybody was covered up. By 1991, 92, that changed. All of a sudden, people start showing their titties. They start showing this. This has become a decadent society that is based off of sex. So whenever I hear something sexual happens, I'm not saying it's true or false. I always say we're a victim of what they've made us. And this world is full of sex. Kids, everything, cartoons, everything. And this is just a sex glorified society. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with sex between two consenting adults, but we find these things that we learned at an older age. We find it being done at a younger age. So the younger you are, the more you know more about sexual activity and everything. So if you hear some situation with sex, I'm never surprised when I hear anything. I've heard the craziest stuff. When I heard about Eddie Long and all this craziness, I've heard some of the worst things in this country when it comes to sex. But I'm just saying, I'm not concerned with anybody's personal life. What I'm concerned with is you putting in the work. Don't disrespect women, because as I said, I've declared 2019 the year of the woman. I'm going to do everything in my power to give every woman a platform to speak about abuse, to speak about mistreatment, to speak about how they don't have a voice. My platform is there for any woman to come on and speak. And I don't even want to know these women. You know, like how Sherry, me and you going to develop a relationship. Me and QT, we're going to definitely develop a relationship because you guys are resource gems in the community. So, but these women that come to me, I don't want to develop no relationship with them. They tell me a story and boom, I'm going to invite you and I'm going to invite QT to every single show I do. And you guys do what y'all do and give them the resources if they're genuine. then it's not about if we believe them or not. We're putting it out to make sure that the information is there to help people, because that's the purpose of the shows. The purpose of the show is not to bash Israel. It's not to bash Bible believers. It's not to bash people from the conscious community. It's not to bash Kemetics or RBGs or Moors or Muslims. It is to put light on the fact that we've been disrespecting women for the longest, and it needs to stop.
I agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you. I wanted to show you something, Brother Garfield. Why this is so important that we all get in or step in here. First, I want to put this up here to protect us all. To YouTube, YouTube. This here is a disclaimer here. Copyright disclaimer under section 107 under the Act of 1976 on YouTube. Again, copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, which allows to be made of fair use of privileges. We're doing this basically for scholarship, for research as well, which fair use is permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, we're not trying to profit off of this. We try to help these people. Educational, personal tips the balance in favor of Fair Use Act. So YouTube, please don't flag me. We're not trying to hurt by bringing awareness. So we do respect this instrument called YouTube. And so, yes, please don't touch this video. Sister QT, if you could please show our dear brother Garfield why it's so important that we at least try to make some awareness to what's going on here. So I don't know if you're ready, sis. Yeah. So this sister just reached out today, and this is, if you have babies, please get your babies out the room. This sister has been found, and this is what domestic violence does. This was posted on Facebook 19 hours ago, or yeah, already yesterday. And this is what's going on. This is not to humiliate the sister at all. We're trying to reach out to her and to at least try to help her. This is we're reaching out to those who have been abused. I'm not going to keep it up too long, but I just wanted to show you, Brother Garfield. This is. I want to help these people. And I watched my cousin be abused as well. When she was in that ISUPK camp, and women have came to me from the IUSC. I don't know if this sister is in the camp. I don't know if she's a Hebrew Israelite or not. But all that is experiencing abuse, please reach out so we can try to get you some kind of help. So this is serious. We're not doing this for money. We ain't doing this for no fame or personal anything to humiliate anybody. We just want to help these people. And even the men too. Because they need counseling and they need help too. So this is not just them to the women, Brother Garfield, and to all that is listening. This is for all those who definitely need help. Brother Garfield, I got so many stories, so many testimonies that I think about, so many people that I want to check on each and every one of them, but it's so many. And I know I'm one little platform, but you know what? This little platform, you know what? I believe that, I was blessed with it, and I'm going to use it for good. And domestic violence, abuse, financial, emotional abuse is real. So when I heard you speak on this, and you and Sister Shariah got in touch, I immediately jumped on the opportunity to speak with you. When it's been so many people that is turning their eyes away from it. That's why I got so much respect for you, Garfield, that you didn't. You didn't turn your eye away from it. So I'm not condemning you at all. We're just asking for a little bit of help. And you extended your hand to help. And I thank you for it. And I believe that both sides have been affected, men and women. And this is heartbreaking. And then what's crazy about it, nobody's thinking about the kids in between. I'm not saying you not, but because we are. They're seeing this take place. See, we don't know what goes on behind them closed doors. You know, and then to these One West camps, they need to think about the stuff that they do when they go out there and cuss people out. And yes, with the rap music, cussing women out and cussing people out, period, and acting all way, acting like they ain't had a day of mannerism in their life. So if they act like that out in public, I can imagine how they act like when they get home. This is real and this is actually happening. And some people say I'm wrong for showing the truth. Some people even say that you was wrong for showing the truth, Garfield. But you ain't wrong and I ain't wrong. None of us is wrong right now. This should have been spoke about, and this something should have been done a long time ago. That's all I got to say about that.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Yes, sir.
Hold on a second. You know, I never had the screen. I wasn't looking at the screen. I was just basically closing my eyes and listening to you. I just saw the picture. What the hell is that? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. OMG.
That's another.
Is
Yeah.
that sister in New York?
I don't know. We're trying to reach out to her. The beloved Shariah found her and posted her picture and her story, a brief story on Facebook.
So who posted the story? Is that her? Is that she posted the story?
Sister Shariah, yes.
That's her page, the Aliyah Kawan?
No, the Aliyah Kawan is this young lady's page.
Oh, it's her page.
Yes, and Sister Shariah shared it, and we've been trying to reach out to her.
Wow.
So this is real.
Oh, hold on, one thing. Is she ISUPK?
No, we don't know. We don't know. Even if she's not, it don't even matter.
Okay.
It don't even matter to me.
Well, Shariah, get on it, man. Let's get this, because I mean, this is crazy. Somebody needs to be arrested over this, man.
Big time.
This is I need to let me go on Facebook and see if I find her. This is crazy.
Her name is Aliyah Cohen, is what the name says up here.
Oh boy.
Cohen, if you hear this, please reach out.
I found it.
Please reach out. Please
6 hours ago, she posted, I didn't post that picture for sympathy. I post that picture to show you ladies how to say, F these and guys, go chase that money and stick with your kids, because nobody love you better than you. My scars can be another woman's strength. You never know what you valuable message you hold for the next woman.
That's strong. Wow.
Wow.
The sad part about it is Brother Garfield, is this is just one of thousands.
I tell y'all, man. Hey, listen, man. Whenever y'all wanna beat me up, y'all could beat me up. I'm a strong dude. I don't mind being told I'm wrong, and I don't mind admitting that I'm wrong. So anytime y'all see me out of line, QT or Sister Cherry, tell me,
Yeah, no, let
because
me say
I'm
this.
not.
Garfield,
I'm not in. I was in the social worker world for a while, but I wasn't in the abuse world. I was in another world in the social worker field for
let me
over
say
10
this too.
years. So if I am wrong in any way, and just let me know. I don't mind criticism from males or females, and that's what I've been trying to tell everybody out there. But I don't know. Maybe I come off the wrong way at times.
No, no, let me say this. Let me say this, and this is just me. Garfield, you did nothing wrong. Okay? You did what I wish, just like Sister Cherry did, both of you are doing what people don't want to do. You guys are saving people's lives. You have no idea how powerful your platforms are. You have no idea how awesome that you guys are for even drawing attention to this. Okay? Let me say that first. I'll say that I thank you personally from one person that was a victim at one time to a brother trying to help these women. Thank you. Because the thing about it is, Sister, and I'll say this, Sister Cherry, thank you. Thank you both for being bold enough to say, you know what, it's wrong and it needs to be exposed. Thank you for that. Thank you for showing empathy to these women. Thank you for being an ear to these women. Thank you for putting yourselves out there to put this stuff out here to show people the real deal. This is real life. Let me share my screen again. This is real life. Okay? We have to understand that this isn't just no regular situation where someone just is just somebody random, you know what I'm saying, talking about a random story. This is real. It's in your face. And the thing about it is, there are women just like this woman that can't even speak out. There are women that are in these camps and even outside of these camps that are in from the conscious community to the Hebrew Israelite community to even some in the Christian community to some in every community, the black community, the white community. It's out there. These women are out here and they are screaming for help, but nobody is listening. You guys took the pause to say, I'm going to listen. I thank you both for that. Because the thing about it is, these women, like Miss Aaliyah Cohen, like Sister Shariah, they are bold, they are strong women to come out and say, it's okay. I don't even want you to give me sympathy. I want to tell the next woman that's going through this, you are strong enough to leave. You are better than this. You are beautiful. You are smart. You are important. You don't need somebody to disrespect you like this. You are bigger than this. You are stronger than this. You are wiser than this. You can do better. And that's what this woman is saying to us right now. I'm gonna read the comment. She said, "Sometimes I wish somebody had my back. This is a cold world." 100. And no, I wasn't fighting. This is what N-words do when they realize they really lost you. And that's facts, because I've been there. And I've actually been in a situation where I looked like this. Okay? That's me. I'll put myself out there. I look like this myself for 2 years. For 2 years, myself, my own story. And me and myself, I was beaten and raped for 2 years. For 2 years. For no reason. Because I wanted to leave. And the jerk didn't want to let me leave. But when you are strong enough to leave and you don't care what happens, you'll go if it means to the death to get out of that, you'll do it. These women are strong. They are powerful for them doing this. The fact that this woman put herself out there like this is strong. I didn't even have the unction myself to put my own picture out there like this. This woman is a boss for this. I don't care what nobody says. She's a boss for this, yo. Why? Because she put it in your face, yo. Because this is real life stuff, y'all. So when people go back, and I can't even get mad at nobody. It hurt my feelings. And I'm venting to you, Garfield, because you my brother, and I'm going to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
When I watched that chat yesterday, I was vexed. I'm going to tell you, Sister Cherry's a witness because I was texting her like crazy. I was vexed, yo. And I wasn't even a victim taken out. All I was doing was giving resources. But those women were telling their story, and that chat was evil, yo. They were evil. Nobody should have to come out of this and deal with that type of attitude. That's facts, yo. They were called bedwenches. They were called whores. They were called stupid. They were called dumb. They were called she-brews. Stupid she-brews. They were saying that because they actually believe in the Bible, this is what they get. How dare you? You don't know what the beginning of that relationship was because you wasn't there. And the sad thing about it is, these women didn't know that these men was going to do that to them. I didn't know that my abuser was going to do that to me. But you get caught up in a situation that you are stuck in for a moment until you get bold enough to say, I'd rather die than stay here. This sister is a boss for this. This is boss up moment right here. And the fact of that she was bold enough to say, I'm going to stand up and tell my story. And I want every woman to be bold enough to tell their story and fight back. That's dope, yo. She's empowering women everywhere just from this picture. The lack of empathy needs to stop. And I'll say this because this is me and I'll yield the floor after this. Big platforms like Sonetta hear about these women every day. How do I know? Because I reached out to him myself. For people that I've counseled myself. Sonetta didn't do nothing, yo. That's the reason why to me he's a clown. He's dead. Yes, I need to repent for that because I shouldn't even have that type of hate in my heart because I am a Christian. But yeah, God's going to have to work that out of me. Because yes, do I harbor that's a little bit of anger towards him? Abso-freaking-lutely. Because if I spoke out and in my situation was 4 years ago, when I started talking to, I have 2 women. I'm not even going to blast their name. That are in my community. That look like this. They came to my house. And one is actually in the conscious community. The other one is a Hebrew Israelite. When I went to Sonetta to say something, guess what? No answer. Sister Cherry went to go try to talk to Sonetta. No answer. Shariah went to talk to Sonetta. No answer. Big platforms like that don't talk. You guys came up and said, I'ma talk. That's boss stuff. because they need an outlet. This is every day, yo. This just happened yesterday. Can you imagine what sister's sitting getting her head knocked into a wall right now? And what are we going to do when she comes out and say something? Call her a stupid idiot? Call her a clown? Call her dumb? Say she's a liar? Are you going to reach out and do something? That's what I pose to everybody in every community out there. You need to open your eyes. This is real life stuff, yo. Like Sister Cherry always says, put your big boy and big girl panties on and big boy boxers on and pay attention to real life stuff, because this is out here. And if you can't handle it, then you might as well go in a hole somewhere, because it's real. And I yield the floor, yo.
Garfield, can you take over the platform?
Yeah, definitely. Hey, let me take this off the screen for a minute so we can change the vibe a little bit. It's kind of tough when you hear women pouring their hearts out with this type of situation, man, and it's been going on for years. Women been bashed on, been beaten, and the voices need to be heard. So things like what Sister QT just said, and Sister Cherry, and all these people, listen, man, we need more platforms touching on this issue to empower women, to let them know that you have somebody on your side. You know, the story I always tell people is that 99% of the women I've met who are Jamaican women who I've met and dealt with in my life, they've all been abused by men, all of them. And I said it, 99% of them, and the stories are horrific. You know, people holding you down at the age of 13 or 12, and this Don for this neighborhood requested the mom to send you over to his house, and taking your virginity and all this craziness. So abuse is in every single thing. And I'm just saying to everybody that's listening, man, we need this. We need this more than ever for the woman. I declared it last year that this year is the year of the woman. I'm telling you, it's time for us to stand behind our woman. We act like, as men, we act like our mothers never existed. We act like we never had a mother. And I guarantee you, if you look at the statistics, and I'm sure Sherry and QT will agree with me, most men that you find abusing women never had a great relationship with their mother. They never had a relationship with their mother, because how you treat your mom is how you treat a woman. And that's just the bottom line to that. I want to let everybody know that next week we're going to do another show. I'm going to probably touch on this by Friday with Sister Sherry, who we're going to have on next week. We already have an idea, but we just want to make sure it's organized and it's done properly.
Sister Mary.
Sister Mary. All right, cool. So what we're going to do, family, is we are going to focus on this. And hey, I talk about it every morning on my Morning Money Show on the Brother Garfield Live channel. Dagger Squad is when I put this issue out, because that's my bigger platform. But in the mornings, I do a Morning Money Show, and I talk about it too. I got to give the woman power, man. The only time we remember a woman is when we remember Serena Williams win a championship or Janet Jackson got a new album. But we don't want to talk about the real issues of pain and suffering that women go through on a daily basis. I'm gonna send you. I actually did a course how to teach on women and abuse, and there's a course that I did years ago. I'm gonna bring out some of the files one of these days. Sharai, you're right. Every time I focus on women, I'm a feminist. I'm dealing with feminists. Mark Cleveland got jokes, but hey, family, listen, man, we're gonna work it out. It's 2019. It's just the right time, the right year, where we need to just concentrate on woman, the woman that you know, the woman that you love. It might not be your mom's, it might not be your baby mom's. It could be just a woman in your life. Let the woman feel cherished. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Dagger Squad has declared the 14th of every month Black Love Day. And the reason why I did it is because, of course, we have February 14th coming up, Valentine's Day. But I feel that every 14th of the month, we need to find a special woman in your life and give them a treatment like you've never. As men, when we get older and we married and we relationships, we forget to show the woman who we love the care that they deserve. So on the 14th of every month, Dagger Squad's been doing this for over a year now, where the 14th of the month, we encourage men to buy flowers, to buy roses, to take their wives out, or even leave rose petals in the house. Do the Coming to America style for your wife. Put some rose petals on the bed. Set up a bubble bath. Give her a massage. Do something different. And the reason why I said the 14th, because as men, when you get older, we lack the romance that we had when we were younger. So if we have a marker, men are very good with markers. So if we say the 14th of every month that we do this, it will give the woman in your life, show the woman in your life, whether it's your aunt, your mom, your wife, your daughters, show them some love on that day. Every 14th of the month, every year. I call it the Black Love Day. And I think that we need to, Black Love Days every day, but for men, we have a hard time, and I'm saying it as a man, we have a hard time, remember. All right. Carmel Crunk, you funny.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Garfield, for definitely coming on. I know you had declined the first time, but thank you. I'm glad whatever touched her heart, um, that you decided to come up here, because as you can see, we really needed you right now.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. I'm gonna jump off anyway, because I have another panel I gotta be on in a few minutes. All right, but I just want
yeah.
to say thank you. I'm just hopping on from panel to panel tonight. This is like my sixth show I'm on tonight. But
Oh, wow.
so hey, peace and love to you guys, man. And listen, man, we're moving forward. Those are tears of joy, sister. Those
Yes.
are tears of joy. QT. I don't know. What state are you guys in, by the way? What state is QT in?
I,
I'm gonna say it like this.
All right, tell me off the ear. Tell me off the ear.
Yeah.
All right, tell me off the ear. All right. Because I go to a lot of different cities. So maybe one day if I do come to a city, we could sit down and we could powwow about all of this, man.
oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
Sister
yeah.
QT, we
I'll
need
give
you
you
for
a
this.
hint. I'll give you a hint. I'm in the
Don't give me
Midwest.
don't give me no hint. I don't want no hint. We talk tomorrow. All right. Peace and love, sis. All
Peace
right.
and love to you as well, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Uh, it was such a blessing to have him on. It got real. It's been real all night long. So, um, I hope you will take tonight very seriously, just like any other night. And I hope you take this information that was put out and expand your lenses. Expand, like she said, expand the picture. Get the whole picture of what went down, and know that both sides need healing. To the brothers as well who are in need of help as well, you are more than welcome. This is not a feminist situation. Okay, this is not. Abuse is abuse. And so I know this tonight was way different because we didn't really go into the Bible situation, like we always do. But this right here is talking about what is going on amongst us right now. And so, yes, he is Caribbean. He's from Jamaica, Brother Remy. I'm half Jamaican myself. Sister QT, she's Haitian. So we kind of all in the same basket. But again, whether you white, black, Chinese, big, tall, small, man or woman, abuse is abuse. And I pray that you all will take this very seriously. And if somebody needs help, don't just turn your eye. Don't just close your ears. Do your best to help them. Love your neighbor as yourself. And most important, love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and all your strength. On those two laws hang all the laws and the prophets. And that's facts. Family, I love you. I love you with the love of Christ. And I know some of y'all might be angry with me. Some of you might be appreciative of what took place tonight. And I accept both ends. We all do. But the main thing that is important is the truth. So, family, as I always tell you, before you close your eyes, give God thanks. Thank Him because He's good. He's just that good. And for the body of Christ, you already know what I'm going to say. Keep the name of Jesus on your lips. For in that name is so much power, and demons tremble at that name. Even what Brother G-Man will say, he says, read your Bible and do what it says. The universal laws was heightened tonight. That's why it's so important. The Ten Commandments shows the characteristic of God, the moral law. The question is, do you have morals? And if you do you follow by those morals? Do you exercise those morals to the extent every day, 365 days a year and 366 on a leap year? Do you exercise those morals? Tonight was not about doctrine tonight. Tonight was about truth of what's going on down here. Let's keep it real. Be real with yourself. Nobody won here. This was not about winning. This wasn't about Garfield. This wasn't about Haitian QT. This wasn't about Sister Cherry Love. This wasn't even about Mighty Hebrew. This is about healing. That's what it's about. When you can get over your pride and your personal egos and whatever may have even your own personal opinion and step into truth. Not just what is true, but step into the truth. Whether it be biblically or whether it be world circumstances, let's get to the truth of the matter. That's what matters. We know that it's true that situations go on. We know that it's true that abuse is taking place. We know that it's true that people have turned a blind eye. We know that it's true that people have turned a deaf ear. We know that it's true people have waxed cold. We know that it's true that some people are still warm with the blood running through their veins, and they actually feel. Has your own personal opinion made you so cold to the point that you don't no longer feel? Has your own personal so-called self-righteousness, or whatever you want to call it, has literally blocked your good judgment? Because if it has, you're abusing yourself. You're your own abuser. And the worst thing that God could ever do is turn you over to you. Think about it, family. I love you. Even if you hate me right now, I still love you. I'm Sister Cherry Love, and I bid you good night. God bless.